welcome to the Prehocracy Show.
Absolutely. Welcome to the show. I always get this wrong. After the show.
The show before the show that you can watch after the show.
The show before the show that you watch after the show.
Yeah.
Again, this is for us to get in the groove, for us to get our feel on. And as well, we are now trying to get you to fall in love with us deeply.
I don't know if we want to say we're getting our feel on and we're trying to get them to fall in love with us.
We're good.
We're good. This is why we do a pre-show, to get all this stuff out of the way.
So that you don't have to experience this awkwardness in the real thing.
Yeah, you can experience in the pre-thing. So if you haven't been tuning in recently, we have a few episodes before this you can check out.
We are on question 10 today.
Yes.
So we have gone through 9 questions already.
I know.
You may want to go back and fall in love with us on those questions first.
If you don't want to do that, I'll just explain really quick. There is a scientific way to fall in love. Mm-hmm. And it is answering how many questions?
36.
36 questions. I think the number changes every time.
It's 37 because the last one is, will you marry me?
We're not asking that one.
We won't.
But 36 questions, and then you stare deeply into each other's eyes for 2 minutes. That'll be a special episode.
That will be a special episode.
And then you're apparently falling in love. So we're answering the questions with you, our audience. And then you'll have a special video of us staring into the camera for 2 minutes. You can stare back or not. I mean, it's up to you.
It'll be a great episode.
It will.
Absolutely.
It will. All right. So, what are we on today? We're on 10, 11, and 12. And question number 1, if you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
This is an interesting question. I had a discussion with a coworker a couple jobs ago about this very thing, because he talked about how he didn't like things about how he was raised, and he would completely change himself and put himself in a completely different part of the world.
Oh wow, that's I don't know if we can. I guess that's the one thing.
I would be raised in a different place. Because the thing is if you like yourself at all, if there's anything about your persona that,
Yeah.
Like, it would seem that if you were to change those things, like, it would change who you are, right?
Yeah, it would seem like it.
Like you wouldn't necessarily be you if something, especially, like, one big thing changed about.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't know if I'd want to change anything about the way I was raised. I wish I would have. I do wish I had more confidence. I wish I was maybe a little bit more go-getter and had the knowledge that I had. I mean, this goes back to our question earlier, having the mind of a 30-year-old until you're 90. Yeah. I wish I had my mind now when I was younger.
Well, I always say if I could go back to elementary school, I would not study at all. But then that would affect, middle school, high school.
True.
I would just totally be the goof off, which I definitely wasn't. I'm still not. I think for me, I was raised with a bunch of girls. And so, we're talking, I'm raised My Little Ponies, Barbies, Treasure Trolls, Rainbow Bright, Care Bears. Like, that was my childhood.
Okay.
Right? And one of the things that I feel like came of that is I never, had, like, the brothers, and we would, like, do all this stuff together, and we would, do the, I am definitely not a risk taker. I shy away from risk very much. I remember times as a kid where I would, everybody would go off to do this, and I'd definitely be afraid of getting in trouble. Now, that has kept me safe a lot. That has been a great thing sometimes, to be terrified of getting into trouble. And so I'm not going to, go sneak out at night. I'm not going to, because I'm terrified of disappointing my parents or getting into trouble. But at the same time, I can see consequences of that, nowadays I'm afraid to take a big risk because of the consequences, because, of getting into trouble, either financially or, all these things. So I definitely attribute my lack of taking risk to how I was raised. It's been a good thing, but I wish I could have had the opportunity to take a risk without getting into trouble. Like, I would have known, like, my parents would basically said, like, So like we don't, that's fine. Like it doesn't matter. And maybe they would have, but I wouldn't ever take the risk to find out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was raised. I have an older sister, but I've got the 3 younger brothers, and I mean we had Ninja Turtles, GI Joes.
No.
We
we
were definitely boys.
I did have Ninja Turtles. I faked sick in kindergarten so I could come home and play with them one time. And I got in trouble. No, I didn't.
You will now.
Yeah.
Your parents are going to be
mad. Sorry, Mom.
They're so.
She already knew. I told her.
They're so disappointed in you right now.
I know. Oh.
How does that make you feel?
My stomach hurts.
I need to go home.
What's the next question?
Next question. Take 4 minutes.
We're going to probably take that down to 1 minute.
We'll edit this question. It says, take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. Let's take a minute and give the highlights of our life.
Okay. Let's see. Born in Utah.
Okay.
Elementary school, I faked sick to come home and play with the Ninja Turtles. I was definitely like the kid who always had his hand up, always knew the answer, tried hard with his grades. Middle school, let's just skip over that because it was horrible. High school got better because I got friends, did soccer, also did choir because soccer wasn't that fun. And then after I graduated, I went on a mission to Puerto Rico, came home, went to BYU, Idaho, met my wife, got married, have 2 kids, and went to the zoo today.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a minute, but that was a great highlight.
I know. Those are highlights.
Okay, highlights. Also born in Utah, up north. I didn't stay home to play with Ninja Turtles. I was a Space Case kid. I was very like I was always kind of off in La La Land, always kind of daydreaming. Had a teacher ask me if I think she said, "What planet are you on?" Kind of being like, "Hey, you are where are you right now?"
Yeah.
And I came home and told my mom, and then I said, "Have I been on any other planets?" So that's how Space Case I was.
Okay.
I loved models. I loved all sorts of like do it things. For Christmas, I don't know if my brothers and sisters loved all of my projects that I made for them, but I would take to making very special projects for everyone. Wood burning and painting and all sorts of stuff.
So that's funny.
Got to about 4th grade. Had a teacher who did not believe in me, put me in resource, said I was dumb, and when they move you into resource, they put you into very spatial linear, like spatial thinking type things. They make you play like these games to test your cognitive skills, and in that realm, I'm a genius.
Oh yeah.
At least that's what they were saying. They're like, we need to test him because he actually is kind of falling the other way. My mom said, no, he's going to have the social aspect of life. We got back into classes. I got really fat as a kid. I was 210 pounds in 6th grade.
Oh man.
I was a tank. So I played football 7 years. Junior high was not great.
It's the worst.
It was the worst. I got into dancing my junior year. Took a social dance class. Or not junior year. My 8th grade year. 9th grade year, I got into the girls' dance class. The dance company.
Okay.
A friend of mine, his name was JJ. So JJ and JD got into the dance class. And we got a bunch of other people in there. It was awesome. We were dancing with all these girls. Got into a dancing singing group. Got to go on a tour to Chicago, San Francisco, England. Danced and sang in front of all sorts of groups of people. Sang national anthems at
ours or other countries?
Ours.
Okay.
Yeah,
The national anthems.
I didn't know. we sang the national anthem at different parks that were. Okay. So dancing was a big thing. In 9th grade, I got cast into a musical in a different school, junior high, that I was at. So I gained a whole new group of friends that way. Started loving musicals. When I got into high school, I had my friends from both of those junior highs that fed into the high school. So I was kind of oddly popular because I just knew everyone. Usually you go to the new school and it's like, I don't know anyone. I knew quite a few people. High school was great. Got into graphic design. After that, went on a mission to Texas, down in McAllen, right on the border. It was cool, kind of odd.
That's
Texas is interesting.
Yeah.
Immigration issues are very interesting from my perspective. Came back and continued to try to get into graphic design. Started going that route. Got a couple different jobs. Had a manager who said, "Get some advertising in you, some marketing." Graduated from the Academy of Art University in San Francisco. Great school. Highly recommend it. And got married. I got married before I graduated, but it took me forever to graduate because I kept going the career path and the school path at the same time. So it took me forever.
Oh, wow.
But when I graduate, I had experience and my degree. Got married, had one beautiful baby girl, and today she's teething, and I
not as fun as the zoo.
No, not at all. So that is my life, and probably more than
I think it was more than a minute.
I think that was 2.5 minutes. Sorry. Okay, so if you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Any one quality or ability? I don't know. 'Cause I can't think of one quality or ability that would fix everything, or one that I'm oh man, if only I could.
What just gut answer. What is something that you wish you could do right now that you can't? That something that you're I wish I could. Why can't I?
I have no idea. Okay, first one was money. So any the ability to make more money.
You've got the ability to make more money in different forms. What is a quality or an ability? Making more money.
I don't see. That's the thing. Is I just what would be something that.
Well, we talked about you having fear. And
I know, taking risk, quality of no fear, but I feel that would get me into a lot of trouble. But that's the fear. It's hard for me to say. I wish I could overcome fear and take risk, because my innate fear doesn't let me say that, because then I would get into trouble. It's a weird dichotomy that I deal with every day. All right, I wish I could draw. Really good. That okay, that's my answer. I wish I could draw, sketch, whatever's in my head. Because storyboarding would make life a lot easier. Keeping kids entertained, I could do good with that. I could see a lot of benefits of the ability to draw.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I also.
So now you, who has the ability to draw, what was that one thing that you wish you could do?
Talking in the design world, code.
Oh, that would be nice.
I know code. I've taken I don't know how many classes and code courses and books I've read, and I know it and I can do it. I don't love it. Yeah. But so that's not necessarily
the ability to like coding.
So I could like coding. I'd love to be able to do more animation.
Oh yeah, it's fun to do.
Actually, okay, now I've got it.
Okay.
It came to me.
Here it is.
If I could wake up tomorrow, I wish I would love to have gained the ability to be a chef. You know how there are those jobs in your head that you're if I wasn't what I am now, me in an alternate timeline, I would be a chef is one of them. I watch shows and it's the chefs cooking and they're asking questions I'm whisking the butter because because it does this, and
I know.
They just
chemists.
They just know. It's just this is what
it needs this.
This is what you do, duh.
You're I've never heard of that. How do you know it needs it?
Yeah. That is my one quality I would.
See, I think the ultimate. I don't ever think of if I wish I could be this in an alternate universe. I say I would do this if I had unlimited time and money. Because I don't want to have it as a career. I want to have it as A lot of those things, though, are things that I'm mad at the industry. And like, I could do better than you. I wish I could, but I don't have time or money.
Awesome. Well, that is our 3 questions for today, 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah. And we...
Do you feel that deep love, like, burning within you for us? Are you like, oh my gosh?
Yeah, you can answer these questions back because, like, we're supposed to answer these with you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can write in the comments.
We need to know these things about you.
Yeah, but you're only allowed to take 4 minutes to type up your answer about your life story.
Some people will be able to type more of their life story because they're faster typers.
Well, some people can tell more of their story because they're faster talkers.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Maybe some people will just have more to tell. Yeah, and you can tell us about your qualities and your abilities
That you want to gain.
and your Ninja Turtles.
Do you want to be a chef like me? I also want to be an industrial designer. What's one of the other
industrial designer?
Yeah, they're the ones who design like chairs, pens. Like they're the ones who like Jonathan Ive from Apple is an industrial designer. I would love to do that.
That would be fun.
It would be fun. Okay. So this is marketing. Just kidding. That's our episode.
Oh, that's our episode.
That's our episode. So I believe
Yep.
Yeah, I'm starting. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Welcome to the Adhocracy Show, the show for people who can take a joke.
We'll be right back. Google gestures.
Oh, yeah,
that was the first one that really, like, I fell for it. And I was like, I think it's cool. I'm not sure. So I clicked on it and there was April Fool's, and then I just played down everybody else.